Hey guys, what's going on? Megan here. All right, so let's look at this quiz. I'm going to give you guys the correct answer, and I'm going to read the comments to see what everybody else is saying. I'm also going to debunk. I'm going to explain why it's the correct answer. All right, a study showed that semen retention increases testosterone 400%. Is that true or false? Right? Does such a study exist? Sure enough, 78% voted false. Thank God. It means you guys either watch my videos a lot or you have some common sense. And 22% voted true. All right, here's the correct answer. Obviously, this is not true, right? This is false, right? I already made a video about this a while back, debunking this stupid ass myth, right? Semen retention does not increase 400%. There is no such study. It actually started with Andrew Huberman, who either made a mistake or was just dishonest. I'm just going to say he was dishonest because he knew that he made a mistake and he didn't fix it. He was probably trying to quote the 40% increase study that, it's a study that I made a video about a long time ago, to be honest, the study itself was not definitive. It didn't even guarantee that it was due to semen retention. But that's for a different topic. So he made a mistake, and instead of saying 40%, it was actually about 45% in that study. He said 400%. Now, I'm assuming he made a mistake because I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt, right? But I'm starting to believe that he didn't make a mistake because he didn't go back and rectify it. So sure enough, what happened was when he released the clip, everyone else started repeating it, regurgitating. All the clowns, influencers who just regurgitate everything they hear without fact checking, started spreading the myth. They're like, oh, look. Semen retention increases testosterone 400%. There is no such study. How do I know? Because one, I have access to every single peer-reviewed published study on testosterone. I've read thousands and thousands of studies on testosterone in the last 10 plus years. There's not a single one on animals or humans that shows that semen retention increases testosterone 400%. And like I said, not only Andrew Huberman made the mistake, he refused to rectify it. He refused to apologize and for spreading misinformation, which to me, that's a big no-no. I don't care how good you are. I don't care how good your content is. If you make a mistake and you don't have the balls, the integrity to go back and say, hey, I fucked up. Everybody makes mistakes. To me, you lose so much respect in my eyes because it means you care more about your status and your ego than truth. And as the truth seeker, I love truth. I put truth above all things. Secondly, a lot of influencers just spread that myth, right? They just regurgitated it. And, it's posted everywhere. Just go online and type semen retention 400%. And there's videos upon videos of people just regurgitating it to show you the era that we live in, where no one, I repeat, no one fact checks, right? It's all confirmation bias. People who already believed in semen retention saw that as an opportunity to, use confirmation bias. So yes, this is false. There's no such study. If there was, I would be the first to make a video and tell you, hey, look, this is a great study. It's been replicated, blah, 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 blah. And here's what I think about it. That's what I do. I'm objective. Even if I don't agree with something, if the science shows that it works and it's been replicated in multiple studies, not just one, I will make a video and I will say, I fucked up. Here's what this study shows. It was replicated in animals and humans. And here's how you could incorporate it into your daily routine. This is what I do. I'm not afraid to change my mind. So something like semen retention, oh God, I could make so many videos on how this is the biggest myth ever, right? And researchers know this. Researchers already debunked semen retention a long time ago, In fact, there's a study that came out not too long ago showing that they scanned the entire internet for misinformation. They scanned the entire internet for, Reddit, Instagram, TikTok to see the sections of the internet that have the most BS, the most lies. And guess what was number one? It was the NoFap Semen Retention group. They have the most amount of false, debunked information in any other corner of the internet. Are you surprised? You got a bunch of people who don't study endocrinology, that don't know how testosterone really works, that think they understand neuroscience and dopamine and, serotonin, whatever, and then they just read a few abstracts, go out there and then mislead millions of people. They have good intentions, right? You definitely want people to stop being addicted to porn and whatever. We all agree. But you're not going to do that by lying to people. But anyway, so yeah, this is false. There's no such study. I already made a video about that months ago, but the lie's still spreading. So there goes this one here. And I'm going to go in the comments and explain and, see what everybody else is saying. Oh, and before I even go into the comments, guys, let me explain to you guys why semen retention is such bullshit, right? Number one, right? Humans are designed to bust nuts, right? Male humans, we are designed to bust nuts. In fact, the healthier you are, the most nuts you can fucking bust in a 24-hour period. right? Healthy males who have healthy hormone levels, healthy testosterone levels, healthy DHEA, DHT, even healthy estrogen levels, estradiol to be specific, bust nuts like it's nothing, right? We replenish our sperm cells so fast. As long as your diet is in check, you're sleeping well, you're eating enough antioxidants, whatever, we are professional cheek clappers. We are one of the most sexually active species on the planet, right? Most animals have mating season. They got to wait till mating season. They get a boost in testosterone and then they start whatever. Humans clap cheeks all day long, all year long, as long as they're healthy, right? So the idea that, oh no, if you ejaculate, you're gonna lose your spiritual, is bullshit. It's been debunked so many times. As long as you eat well, right, you're replenishing most of these nutrients. Right? Everyone thinks I'm gonna bust a nut and then shrivel up. I'm gonna lose my zinc. Oh God, I could show you guys exactly the percentage of zinc, calcium, and all the other nutrients you lose from ejaculating. It's not even that much. Especially if you eat healthy, you're replenishing that so fast. The healthier you are, the more sexually active you are on average. Now, of course, there's a difference between beating your meat and having sex with a girl. But again, the idea that losing sperm makes you weaker is BS. Right? People like to mention the prolactin increase because they don't even understand how prolactin works. Guys, the reason why you get a prolactin increase after ejaculation is to make you stop. You get a prolactin increase after eating. If you eat a delicious meal, you eat a high carb meal or whatever, you're going to get an increase in serotonin and you're going to get an increase in prolactin. That's your body's mechanism of bringing you back to homeostasis, bringing you back to baseline. Because if you don't get a prolactin increase from eating or having sex or whatever, you're going to just keep on doing it. So everyone goes, oh my God, prolactin. They don't even understand how prolactin works, right? If your testosterone keeps rising because you're in the presence of a girl, you're about to have sex, whatever, if it keeps rising infinitely, eventually the inverted U curve kicks in and you're going to run into issues. So prolactin comes out to bring your testosterone and your sex drive back to baseline or temporarily below baseline so that you stop clapping cheeks, else you're going to be clapping cheeks all day, and go back to other activities. And after a few hours, you go right back to being normal. And I could go on and on about the androgen receptors and all that. It's all your body's way of just saying, stop what you just did, go back about your life. There's nothing detrimental about it. So that's one. Humans are designed to clap cheeks, especially males. Number two, the higher your testosterone levels, the higher your DHT, the higher your good estrogen, right? Estradiol. Everyone thinks estrogen is evil. It's only when it's too high. But anyway, the higher those hormones are, right, the higher your sex drive will be. Meaning, somebody who's constantly clapping cheeks or constantly busting nuts, you might think it's bad. It's actually a good thing. It means he's healthy as fuck. How do we know this? Because when people have lower androgens, lower healthy estradiol levels, their sex drive goes down, their masturbation frequency goes down, and their ejaculation frequency goes down. So if you're constantly horny, you're constantly busting nuts, that's actually a good sign. Clap, clap, clap. Congrats. Now, of course, if you're beating your meat to porn all day, that's a deeper issue. You got to address that. But that doesn't mean that semen retention by itself is bad. It just means you got to go out there and try to bust nuts in a real person, right? Find a mate, find a woman, right? But every now and then, you can't find one. You want to beat your meat? Beat your meat. Humans have been beating their meat since the beginning of time. I could go back in history and show you guys the Romans, the Greeks, the Egyptians, the Babylonians. They're so busting nuts as a good thing because it was a sign of virility. It was a sign of strength and masculinity. But now we live in a society that's trying to demonize being a man. That's trying to demonize busting nuts, right? In fact, the third reason why you should have known that semen retention was bullshit is the fact that alpha males and the guys that have access to the most sex and the most women are constantly clapping cheeks. Yet you don't see them becoming weaker and weaker every day. You think Genghis Khan became weak from impregnating damn near half of the world? I'm exaggerating, but you know what I mean. Genghis Khan was notorious for busting nuts, right? You think all of these conquerors of old, you think they've got weaker and weaker from having sex? Hell no, it's the opposite. Sex drive is what drives men. The higher your sex drive, the more successful you are on average. Clear correlation, and there's also causation, which I can make a video about, right? You think all the celebrities and the athletes who are constantly having sex, they're fucking 80% of the hot bitches in the world? You think they're getting weak every time they have sex? Just use common sense. But semen retention was spread by incels who don't have a lot of sex. They don't have access to people who clap a lot of cheeks. So it's easy for them to have a twisted view of reality. Throughout my life, the people that have the most sex, the most girls, and I'm talking about natural, not on TRT, natural. They clap cheeks all the time. Before my kid was born, everybody, the OG subs know my story. Before my kid was born, when I was clapping cheeks constantly, my T levels were the highest, just like the studies confirm. My T levels were the highest when I was having the most sex and busting the most nuts. And like I always said, when I couldn't have sex, when the booty calls would play hard to get, they wouldn't come over, I would just beat my meat. I didn't give a fuck. And my T levels were so, same thing with my friends, same thing with, again, this is not new, guys. So you should have known from the rip that semen retention, making you better and stronger, was BS. Because the ones who have the most sex have the highest T levels and are healthy as hell. All right, but anyway, I'm just ranting about this thing because I just hate misinformation so much, man. You know, making men feel bad about being men. You know, you guys should study history. You know, like some cultures, they're praised busting nuts. All right, because I hear people say, "Oh, this Chinese proverb or this little place, you know, this little cult that said that busting nuts is bad." Whatever. Okay, but look at the totality of the evidence. Right? For every culture that said, every philosopher who said retain your semen, I could show you 90 more who said release your fucking semen. In fact, there's a Mesopotamian myth that believed that the world was created because their god busted nuts and created the fucking rivers. I think it was the Tigris and Euphrates River. I have to double check. You know, you guys know I'm a nerd about mythology, but so yeah, man, stop believing the BS. You're a young man. In fact, telling young men not to bust nuts is actually making it worse because now they have this high sex drive. They can't release it because, you know, they haven't achieved the level of status and financial stability yet to have a girl. So they can't release all of that, you know, sex drive. And now they feel even worse when they do because they're like, oh my God, I feel bad because I broke my fucking streak of NoFap. Get the fuck out of here. Young man, beat your meat. While you're in the process of leveling up in life, while you're in the process of making money, learning skills, building your body, right, which is eventually going to give you access to mates. It's going to give you a real girl to have sex with. While you're in the process of doing that, beat your meat. The fuck? Even guys who get ass jerk off. I'm telling you that right now. Even guys who get ass, we jerk off from time to time. It's just you guys don't know enough people who have sex because, again, your world is online. Right? Go out into the real world. Meet people who are actually sexually active. They all laugh at semen retention. They laugh at that shit. You know? But anyway, so I could make a whole separate dedicated video where I show you the studies and the empirical evidence, the anecdotal evidence, the everything. You know? Semen retention is one of the biggest scams ever. Now, if you're addicted to porn, that's a completely different story, right? If you're addicted to porn, then you have deeper issues, right? And once again, if somebody is addicted to crack, you don't tell them, stop doing crack. Of course, they know they have to stop doing crack. You find the root cause and you address it. If you're addicted to porn, I could make videos showing you guys how I beat my porn addiction. When I was a teenager, I was so addicted to porn because I had a high sex drive, right? But I beat my porn addiction not by doing NoFap, right? That actually makes it worse. You beat your porn addiction by addressing the root cause of porn addiction. But let's look at the comments because I'm ranting here. All right, let's look at the comments. At the end of the day, you shouldn't be watching people perform sexual acts. You should be, no shit. No, it's always this idiot that puts the most obvious comments. Oh no, it's perfectly okay to watch people have sex. Right, who said that? Who ever said that? Right? Oh man, you guys are just love to strawman things. Instead of admitting that, oh shit, you guys were wrong about semen retention and NoFap, even though you had good intentions, you were just wrong. Everyone looks for a way to either move the goalpost. That's exactly what he's doing. He's moving the goalpost and he's strawmanning. No one is saying, oh, look, it's okay to watch porn all day. Obviously, if somebody's watching porn all day, something's wrong with them. Right? But the issue is not them watching porn. The issue is the reason why they're watching porn, which I made several videos about. I talk about that in the Discord all the time. The issue with young men being addicted to porn is that, number one, they're lonely. Number two, they're incompetent. They're not competent enough to earn a mate. Number three, they're home all day. To me, this is one of the biggest problems with today's society is that men are home all day. Young men are home all day. And that's the beginning of everything. That's the beginning of the decline in mental health, the decline in social skills, the increase in porn addiction. Men have no purpose. I mean, I could list so many reasons why men become addicted to porn. How do I know? Because I've been there. Not only I've been there, I've been coaching people damn near half of my life, from young kids to adults. The issue that you guys are doing is you attacking the branches of the tree instead of the root of the tree, the root cause of the issue. Porn addiction, that's the last thing on my mind when I meet somebody. If somebody's addicted to porn, I'm trying to figure out why they're addicted to porn. And I addressed that. When you fix the root cause, the branch goes back to normal. The sick branch restores itself. Porn addiction is a branch of a deeper issue. Once you fix the deeper issue, the porn addiction goes away. Right? That's like telling a crackhead, stop smoking crack. Stop taking heroin. No shit. It's like telling an alcoholic, stop drinking alcohol. Of course he knows he has to stop drinking alcohol, but you have to address the reason why he's doing it. But anyway, yeah, so yeah, fuck off with the straw man fucking red herring comment. I hate that shit. And by the way, all you fucking hypocrites, right? Guys, if you in your house chilling and then outside you see people just having sex, obviously it's illegal to do it outside, but let's say back in the days, hunter-gatherers, whatever, you in your hut chilling and you hear the chief of whoever of the village clapping cheeks outside in broad daylight, fucking a bad bitch, you gonna look out your fucking hut. So stop being a fucking hypocrite. I hate you guys. You guys know I hate hypocrites. People who try to virtue signal. All right. Oh, you shouldn't want people having sex, guys. Even as humans, even outside, if you're driving and you pull over and you see people clapping cheeks, obviously it's illegal, but let's say it wasn't, you will pause and you look. There's nothing wrong with looking. Right? I get more ass than all of y'all combined, and I still will look at people clapping cheeks. If I'm driving and I see people having sex, I'm like, oh shit, good entertainment. You know, there's nothing wrong with that. You guys are tripping balls. Now, like I said, if you're addicted to porn, it's a completely different story, right? There's a difference between if you're addicted to anything good, it's bad, right? If you're addicted to the gym, it's bad. If you're addicted to sleeping, it's bad, right? So stop it. Stop the cap, right? I love sex. I love clapping cheeks. And if I'm walking down the street and I see people clapping cheeks, I'm gonna clap my hands like, hey, go ahead, pound it real good. Keep it moving. You guys like to worry about the smallest fucking details. There are so many issues in the world, and you guys are worrying about people having sex or people watching this shit. If you're a young man, your top priority should be physical strength, intellectual strength, emotional strength, mental strength, spiritual strength. You should focus on the things that fucking matter. Stop bitching about the little details. I'd rather meet a guy who watches porn and beats me, but at least he's getting shit done. He's competing. He's dominant in life. He's going to the gym. He's in shape. He's educated. He's reading books. He's studying. He has a business. I'd rather meet that person and shake his hand. Probably not gonna shake his hand if he just fucking beats me, but I'd rather meet that person than the person who's on day 3083 of NoFap or Semen Retention, but he's doing nothing with his fucking life. You guys have your priorities backwards. All right, next. I've been doing semen retention for a while. While 400% is capped, I have experienced some insane benefits. Some of that being an increase in facial hair shrinkage. Oh my God. Oh my God. You guys, you don't understand what correlation fallacy is. Most people who do semen retention and think they're getting benefits or actually quote unquote get benefits, it's not because of semen retention. They're getting benefits because they're also doing other things. Meaning they're doing NoFap or semen retention and they're also going to the gym. They're going outdoors more. They're getting more sunlight. They're exercising more. No one just starts a NoFap journey or a semen retention journey and just stays home, plays video games all day. And the ones who do get zero benefits. That's how you know that semen retention by itself does nothing. NoFap by itself does nothing. What really matters is that when people are doing those things, they're also cleaning up their diet, going outside more, interacting with people more, and then that increases their testosterone because that's actually been proven by science and empirical evidence to increase testosterone and well-being. But that's why you guys have it backwards, because you think correlation means causation. You think, oh, look, I'm on day 30 of NoFap, and look, my T levels went up. Meanwhile, you're on day 30 of NoFap, but you're also on day 30 of eating well, going outside more, training, sleeping better. And you attribute that to the NoFap like a fucking idiot. And how do I know? Because, guys, there's so much research on it. It's just that you guys don't fucking read. You just look at one little abstract, one little study that confirms your pre-existing belief, and you run with it. All right, let's go. And then he says, wait, more retention from the opposite sex. Oh, my God. You guys are unbelievable. You don't have that much to lose. Yeah, you actually do, because, again, you got to focus on what works. You got to focus on the truth and evidence, right? Stop making up BS. But whatever. Guys, do what works. If you like semen retention, do it. Nobody's stopping you to do it. I'm not going to put a gun to your head and say, fat, be me right now. If you love semen retention, do it. What I hate is when people lie. Don't lie to young men. Don't mislead. Because there are teenagers out there who are truly looking to improve their lives, and you're misleading them. telling them that fucking doing this BS is gonna improve their life so much when it's not. It's really not. What's gonna improve their lives is doing the basics: sleeping, eating well, training, exercising, being social, getting sunlight, managing stress. That's gonna improve their lives. But being on day 30 or NoFap is not gonna do. It's not gonna do a damn thing, right? You guys know I hate misinformation so much, man, because I love knowledge, I love research, I love the truth, I love science, so I love the truth. When I see lies being spread, ooh, it fucking irks me. All right, next, yes, I can. I also can levitate, bend spoons with my mind, and see through brick walls, to name a few. Yeah. I mean, they swear it gives you superpowers, you know. Meanwhile, throughout history, the most sexually active men were the most alpha and the most dominant. All right, I was still making gains, recovering quickly when I was not retaining every day last year. Still had energy. I mean, yeah. I mean, what do they think the rest of us are doing? You know, still had energy to work at my warehouse job. Did a lot of sprints. My point being is that as long as you're killing it with your lifestyle, maintaining high T levels, then not retaining shouldn't for you too much. There you go. There you go. Common fucking sense. I love this guy. You know, I would let one loose immediately and think that's enough. Let's get back to that's it, guys. That's exactly how entrepreneurs and successful men are getting things done. They get to work. If they have to beat their meat, they beat their meat so they can focus on work. If there's a girl, they clap her cheeks. We keep it moving. We keep it moving. We don't got time to, oh no, I gotta return my semen. Meanwhile, guys, your body makes like 1,000 to 15, I think it's 1,500, but over 1,000 sperm cells per second. Per second. Your body's designed to not just bust nuts, but regenerate that shit so fast. I have to explain to you guys, it's because of our evolutionary past and, you know, sperm competition, blah, blah, blah. It gets really dark. And when I explain the reason why we make so many sperm cells, but I could make a whole different video series on that. We regenerate sperm so fast. Again, given proper sleep, proper diet. You'd be amazed. In fact, a healthy male can bust like 5 more nuts a day, and he's just fine. All right. From what I remember of a semen retention study, testosterone jumps pretty high on the 7th day. Yeah, so that's the study that I made a video about that. It's the study that started all of NoFap, and it's such a trash study, by the way. You know, it's been number one. That's how you know it's trash. Number one, it's never been replicated. That's one of the biggest red flags. When a study is more than 10 years old and it's never been replicated, that's one of the biggest red flags. In fact, it was actually retracted because the authors were doing a bunch of shady shit. They got caught doing shady shit, but that's for a different video. So number one, like I said, it wasn't retracted. So number one, like I said, it wasn't replicated. Number two, it actually wasn't even proven that it was the semen retention that caused the spike. For those who don't know, it was a long story short, it's a study that did semen retention for 7 days, and around the 7th day, testosterone went up like 40%, which is nothing compared to how much sex gives you. Just having sex can double your testosterone. There are studies showing over 100% increase, 70% on average. One guy got 100%. I made a video about that just from having sex. And we've known this for a long time. Having sex literally can double your testosterone. Obviously, it goes back to baseline afterwards. So number one, the study has them wait 7 days. On the 7th day, they got like a 40% increase, which went right back down, obviously. But here's the thing that everyone forgets about that study, right? They did not control for the fact that testosterone also goes up when somebody achieves anything that seems meaningful, anything that is hard. Whenever you achieve something hard or a challenge, testosterone goes up in anticipation of the reward or the increase in status or whatever. So what happened in that study was, as they approached the 7th day, they were like, we almost did it. We did it. And testosterone went up. And studies have shown over and over again that this happens. This actually happens. If you have a goal that takes, let's say, 10 days to meet, as you get closer to the 10th day, and as you get close to achieving the goal, you will see an increase in testosterone. And that could be any goal. So it wasn't the semen retention that did it. It was the fact that they approached the completion of a goal. That's why if you actually read the study, which most people did not, they did it again, and they did not get an increase in testosterone. Most people forget that. They think, oh, look, 7 days, and then they got a spike on the 7th day. See, NoFap works. They forget that if you look at the study, they actually did it again, and the second time, they did not get an increase because at that point, there was no anticipation of any reward. They already did it before. There was no need for testosterone to go up based on, oh, I achieved something hard. And again, there's many things wrong with that study. That's why it was never replicated. Scientists tried to replicate it. They saw that there was no change. In fact, there's a study that did a longer duration. They did 3 weeks of semen retention, and there was 0 increase in baseline testosterone. But nobody talks about that, right? Because confirmation bias, right? And I could show you other studies who also showed that, hey, look, the semen retention shit does not work. But anyway, And like I said, even if it did work, based on that study, it was a 40% increase after 7 days. You know how many things you could do in 1 hour that give you 100% increase in testosterone that also goes back down to baseline? Lifting weights, you know, looking at women, talking to attractive women, having sex, right? Even believe it or not, even watching porn increases testosterone. I could show you the studies, right? And all of these things give you a bigger boost in testosterone in less than an hour. So even if it did work, even if you could wait 7 days and get a 40% increase that goes right back down, why wait 7 days when you could get that same boost or more in one day? But anyway, from what I remember, yeah, yep, and it never goes back up. People might say that scientifically it doesn't do much, but honestly, what I've experienced in my 10 months, there were the 10 best months. Great, but again, correlation. First of all, it's n equals 1, but again, correlation does not mean causation. I could guarantee you that during those 10 months, you were not just sitting on your ass all day eating chips. You know, you were probably active and doing other things that boost testosterone. All right, next, not sure about the exact percent, but I know semen retention has honestly helped me regain my T levels after crossing. No. My voice, my voice has gotten deeper. Crazy deep. Whole Foods. Help. My voice has gotten deeper. So it's crazy. Whole Foods. Intense after my training and tracking micronutrients. See, look. Exactly what I was saying. Look at all the other things you've done that are scientifically proven to increase testosterone, but yet you want to attribute it to semen retention. No, it was those things that you did. But anyway, 400%, I'm super gluing the hole. Don't worry, guys. It was a fucking lie. And you should see how many fucking soulless influencers repeated that lie. Oh my God, some of these influencers drive me insane. They will do anything for views. Anything for views. Lying right through the teeth. Hey, Megan, why does somebody on the car cheese and milk lowers testosterone? Others say cheese and... Because there are too many idiots talking about shit they don't know about. Milk and dairy products do not lower testosterone. In fact, they increase testosterone. And again, I'm going to make a video about this. That's another myth that, oh, guys, now you see why I get so frustrated, because it's impossible to get rid of misinformation. There should be a law. And in fact, that's going to restrict free speech. But I was going to say there should be a law that says that you should not talk about a topic unless you at least have researched it thoroughly and prove that you know what the fuck you're talking about. You should prove that you read thousands or at least hundreds of research articles. You should prove that you understand biology, endocrinology, neuroscience, statistics before you talk to an audience of more than 100,000 people. That would reduce misinformation so much. But to be honest, there's also downsides of passing a law like that, because that could also make it easy to restrict free speech. And there's also a lot of experts who spew bullshit even though they have degrees. So, but yeah, I get so mad when I see idiots talk about things that you know how many people are spreading the lie that milk reduces testosterone because it increases estrogen. Like, they have no clue what they're talking about, no clue. But I'm gonna make a whole video on that. Don't worry, guys. I'm trying to stay focused here. Let's see. Everyone who watches will know. Absolutely. I don't think so, but it does spike tests on the 7th day. You already explained that. It causes a spike in estrogen receptor. Again, I know exactly what you're referring to, the whole estrogen receptor thing. That's from a rat study that I'm also going to debunk, in the future. I'm not quite sure if I heard this on this channel, but from what I'm to understand, semen retention doesn't actually do anything for free test. I believe what happens 7 days spike retention based on, I already mentioned that. All I know is Migan State telling me to clap cheeks. Clap cheeks. If you're a man, you should make it your goal to improve so much in life that you having sex at least 3 to 5 times a day. Right? That should be your goal, because that's gonna force you to improve financially, intellectually, mentally, physically. Remember, men built the world because of what? Because of sex. Men didn't build the world because men just want to build shit. Men built the world. If you study the history of mankind, we built the goddamn world because of sex. No other reason. And once we got sex, we just kept on building it, because now you got to maintain. First of all, you have to be a high achieving male in order to obviously have sex. So that forces you to improve. And then once you actually have access to sex, now you have to maintain that. So you have to keep working to maintain your family, maintain your woman, and things like that. So the pursuit of cheeks indirectly makes you good at so many things. And then eventually you can focus on other things, whatever. But anyway, let's see. We bust gallons. Let's go. Do never apologize for being a cheek clapping, nut busting man. It's It's the ultimate sign of virility, right? Next, as long as you don't retain anyone, as long as you don't retain anyone else's semen, you will achieve ultra testosterone levels. With the decrease in prolactin, it sure feels like it. Yeah, it's temporary. Like I said, you also get an increase in I think you meant increase in prolactin, but like I said, you also get an increase in prolactin from eating food, delicious food. So you're gonna start eating delicious food. See, that's what's going on. People don't understand endocrinology. They don't understand how the body works. It's just an attempt to bring you back to homeostasis. I made a video about the guy that has a mutation where he doesn't get prolactin from orgasm, from sex. And you might think it's a good thing, but he's not satisfied. So he keeps busting nuts nonstop. If it wasn't for prolactin, you would keep clapping your girl's cheeks until she like literally calls the police on you. She's gonna be like, baby, stop. And you're like, I can't stop. Prolactin is fine, as long as, again, inverted U curve, right? As long as it's in the right amount. If it's too high for too long, now we have an issue. All right, been around the block long enough to know what Migan says about it, and I believe him. And some guys using it as an excuse to not change their habits. Of course, you're always going to have guys who are going to, for example, this video, people might take it out of context. They're going to be like, oh, look, Migan said it's okay to watch porn all day. It's okay to be addicted to porn. It's okay to just, be an addict. You're always going to have people who take things out of context. But let's see. I believe you say competition. Yep, competition is the single biggest testosterone booster, followed by sex. If you look at all the research, and you actually, which I haven't, you actually rank the biggest testosterone increases, competition is number one, which makes sense. Testosterone evolved to make you compete for sex, which is why the two biggest testosterone boosters, including free testosterone, is competition and sex. Let's see next. I wouldn't say 400%, but there's no huge declines like those addicted. I think people misinterpret better dopamine levels with T levels. Yeah, let's see. This video's too long, so let me try to hurry up. It doesn't affect tests in the long term, but can have many mental benefits. Yeah, I mean, if the person is addicted, right, and if you're addicted to anything, obviously stopping is gonna make it better. Right? That's the only thing I agree with NoFap. Is like, yeah, obviously if you're addicted to porn, doing NoFap is gonna make you better, but it's not the NoFap that made you better. It's the fact that you started respecting the inverted U curve. You stop overdoing something that's neutral or good. Let's see. If you're addicted to the gym and you train 5 times a fucking day, what's gonna happen to you? You're gonna lose muscle. You're gonna become overtrained. You're gonna have inflammation through the roof. Your cortisol is gonna skyrocket. That doesn't mean that training is bad. It just means you overdid it. Are we gonna do no gym? Are we gonna promote no gym, no gains because this one person who overdid it, snapped this shit up? Of course not, right? So let's see. Don't even get me started on the prostate thing, right? Yeah, there's so many benefits of like just busting nuts. There's a reason why if you hold your nut for too long, your body will even release it at night. Anyway, let's see. There's no way I'm believing that thing. Yeah, definitely don't believe it. Let's see. It showed an increase of 140% from baseline, which is just 40%, right? Because a lot of people get confused because they think 140% from baseline means 140% increase. No, it means 40% from baseline. It means a 40% increase. It was actually 45.7% to be exact. It's just a beat me, guys. I just want to see if this poll pisses him off. By the way, it's POLL. But yeah, it pissed me off. I thought we were over this. I thought we were over this, but clearly not. People pour into the fucking Discord every day asking, hey, should I? That's another reason why I hate this myth so much, because you should see how many young men are so confused. Because they're going through puberty, they have sky high androgen levels, which makes them have a high sex drive and they have to release it. And you should see how many of them feel bad. They feel bad for busting nuts. They feel bad for literally being virile and healthy and having high androgens and healthy amounts of estradiol levels. Let's see. It's true. After 7 days, you get 400%. You see? Look at this. Look how fast misinformation spreads. Anyway, testosterone, never heard of it. Smeagol, motherfuckers. Let's see. All right, let's go fast. All right, it's finally over. But anyway, guys, this video was way longer than it needed to be, but you can see how much this topic infuriates me because, oh, man, I'm the one talking to these young men all the time that are so confused. They're teenagers, and they have no idea what to do, But like I said, I'm going to make videos explaining to you guys how to beat porn addiction, how to actually beat porn addiction, and it's not by doing NoFap. It's actually by indirectly Anyway, like I said, I'm gonna make a whole video about that because I tend to just ramble and ramble. But I hope this video helps, guys. And remember, question everything you hear. Fact check everything you hear. Don't just believe something because a quote unquote expert said it. Like I said, don't even believe what I say. Do diligent research from both sides of an argument before you draw a conclusion. But yeah, see you guys in the Discord. Vote in the next video. Support the channel. Blah blah blah. Buy the bug. If not, read the free articles. Da 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 da. All right, I'm out. All right, guys. Don't forget to like or share the video. Subscribe and hit the bell. And buy my HSP Nucleus Overload Training Program. It's the ultimate program for maximum muscle growth. It includes full body workout splits, bro splits, push pull, home workouts, you name it. Also comes with a complete guide for macros, nutrition, fat loss, muscle growth, hormones, including a meal plan. It's pretty much all my 16 years of experience condensed into one fucking book. You're also going to get free copies of any future edition. So visit team3dalpha.com and you can use the 40% off coupon code Nucleus Overload. Or you could just buy the shit at full price. Alright guys, I'm out of here.